Without a doubt, a lot of us go through life and experience things that irks us greatly. It can be justifiable, irrational, or it can be incredibly trivial. Rage is a very deep emotion that can bring out the most vile side of a person that sometimes they didn't even know they had it in them. And there's many different kinds of it, but there's nothing on this planet that can come close or even compare to the potency that is gamer rage. It is truly unlike any other. It's something that all of us possess, whether we like to admit it or not. And the consequences of gamer rage almost always negatively affect the person raging, whether it's breaking your controller or keyboard, absolutely dicking your monitor,
Fucking love to do. Oh! Yeah, look what I did. Oh, fucking well.
or punching a hole in the wall. Gamer rage could prove to be a very expensive emotion to bear. Now let's not get anything twisted. There are people out here who can control their emotions far better than most people tend to do. And those people should be very proud of themselves for being so well conditioned. But now we're seeing on the internet a rise in people who make rage in their video games a part of their personality. Some content creators see major success in making crashing out over video games a normal occurrence in whatever they're playing. Because truthfully, we as humans tend to find this kind of stuff pretty entertaining to watch. Seeing a guy lose his mind over a game is something that we all find very relatable in ourselves. And when you're really angry, you can end up seeing some of the most ridiculously hilarious stuff you wouldn't have come up with otherwise.
Oh, I'm flat.
A little bit. I just spit a little bit.
Oh my fucking god! Dude, why is it that when I flash somebody, it's like I just slapped them in the face with a fucking napkin from a little kid's birthday party? But when I get fucking flashed, it's like some big brolic black dude named fucking Laquise pulls a fucking bed sheet over the head of my head and just proceeds to skull fuck me!
But it's not all sunshine and rainbows with this kind of thing. There are those out there who take their rage to the next level, and instead of it being fun, it becomes extremely trivial and worthy of pity. And the simple question I have for us today is, why does this happen? What makes somebody completely explode in anger over something that's supposed to be pretty fun and competitive at best? Well, there's a little moment that happened all the way back in 2011 that might have the answers that we're looking for. A simple 1v1 that created a viral moment and an inescapable situation for a man we all know very well at this point, Wings of Redemption. So join me as we turn the clock back 13 years and revisit one of the most pettiest internet squabbles in history, which was the Syndicate 1v1. Alright, so let me just set the stage. I don't want to waste a lot of time here. For those of you who don't know, Wings of Redemption was one of the hosts for the PKA podcast. The PKA podcast was a show that generally covered gaming content, primarily Call of Duty back in the day. And on each episode, the host would invite a guest on, typically ones that were also Call of Duty commentators, as Call of Duty content was at its prime in this era of YouTube gaming. Well, there was a guy known as the Syndicate project, who was known for being pretty good at Call of Duty Zombies, as that was the game mode he played the most. But he was also pretty decent at the multiplayer as well. So the guys felt like it would be a nice idea to have him on for their next guest for episode 67. And the podcast started off pretty decently. Everyone was talking about different topics and taking calls from the fans. There wasn't really nothing that told us things were going to turn out the way it did. That was, until the conversation started to shift towards Call of Duty. And Woody made note of this on his podcast with Medicare, that while everyone else was just being playful and joking around, Wings was just flat out insulting the guy for basically no reason.
Wait.
If I was to go back to that, right, dogs are great, but I would chuck the tanks. Yeah, I'd get rid of them.
Oh, I love the tanks. The tanks added a strategic
fun.
element to it.
They were good fun, but it was just like, so stressful. Like when you had
Yes,
like.
you suck, dude. I could take every tank out in the. You must never watch me play World at War.
Set for it though. No, honestly, I've not seen you play World at War. I'd have to say.
I will single-handedly kill 6 or 7 tanks each game. I look at a tank as a free kill, because it takes. You can kill them with 1 satchel charge.
Honestly,
because Call of Duty
any gun
4, in
on
my
Call of Duty
opinion,
4.
it was the easiest to do well on.
it's like crushing my game that I love. Like,
It
I
is.
I could get beat down by really good players. Don't get me
I
wrong.
personally myself, I am a very good player on the stick.
And you know what else? He's modest.
There's no reason to be humble. It's like I know I'm a good player. My stats prove it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've proved it
I
time
used
and
to say,
time
like,
again. I'm a super good
confident
player. If you see me play where I wasn't really good at. Like I just posted Dead Space. I started playing Dead Space 3 days ago, and I did the toughest achievement in the game within 2 tries.
Like having confidence behind yourself is always a great thing. If you go through life going, I'm not the best, someone else is the best. You know, you're not exactly.
I know I'm not the best Call of Duty
that
player.
Motivation. If you've got that motivation behind you, just like from having it and not just faking to yourself, like I could go, like, I'm the best multiplayer. You know, even though I know I'm not.
I look at it this way.
I'm never gonna say like with multiplayer, I am the best, because there's some really good people out there. But with zombies, you can be the best to the standard of you can teach anyone who's never done it before.
I look at it like this. I'm not the best Call of Duty player, but I bet you if you put me in the same room as the best, I could hang with him.
Yeah,
What's
I
they
never.
up to as how good they are.
He might beat me, but he ain't gonna blow me out. That's all I ever care to be. By the way, anybody that told me to shut up, you're getting banned from the stream.
Wings was just letting his ego shine during this podcast, and the tension only began to rise as Wings told Syndicate that zombies isn't hard, and if he wanted to, he could do the same thing he does, even if he doesn't even know the map.
I've had this debate with people so often. Let's just go back to multiplayer, that's where my experience is at.
But wait, we're not talking about multiplayer, right? Like I think Syndicate would.
No. There's no difference. What's the difference between a zombie behind
Zombies,
you
I always
and a
say-
guy with a gun behind you? What's the difference?
The difference is if you're facing one way, you're gonna turn all the way to turn around to the zombie, and you haven't got quick revival.
I look at it like
You're gonna
this.
knife that zombie 'cause you've got an instant
If
kick.
you
You're gonna
get
knife
yourself in
him,
that
he goes down.
position,
He's gonna
you
hit you
deserve
twice
to
and you go
die.
down. Not at all, because
No,
zombies.
no.
See,
I'm
to
just gonna say
me,
this: you're talking to a guy who's probably 4 times the multiplayer than you are,
But yeah,
and
we're talking
you
about zombies.
no matter. It doesn't matter. There's no
okay,
difference.
I'll do
I
this.
bet
You're
I
talking
bet
to
you
a guy
right.
who's
I
4
bet
times
you
the
right
zombie
now.
player you are.
I bet
Yeah.
you right now I could get on zombies and stay toe for toe with Tom and not even know the fucking map.
Let's stream.
You know
it.
why?
oh, let's do it.
Oh
baby.
yeah, there
You
it
know
is.
why? You know
Hold
why I
on.
can do this? Because I use my brain. I think, well, where's my back at?
Oh yeah, let's show it.
I can.
That's what you
I'm
do.
not about to go.
Anyone
I'm
can
not
say
about to
that.
get
I
on
can
the
play
play
that
6
all the time.
hours.
What? You are not
That's
gonna
the
play
thing,
6
you have
hours
to play
anyway.
for as long as you can anyway.
Well, this didn't sit well with Syndicate, and this led him to challenge Wings to a 1v1 to see if he was as good as he was claiming to be.
So like I haven't played you, so I know you'd slam me down in like most of the games, but like I could put up a fight against, you know, in like COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, but then throw me in
Dude,
against Black Ops.
You would
and
get
I'd
destroyed in World at War.
crushed.
I have never lost.
That's the most common ones I've played, and the most is COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, and I could probably beat you in them too. In all honesty, because if I run the guns, I can run any guns I want to run. There's no kill streaks. There's no bullshit going on.
What, you want to go
No
M16s on Bog right now?
That could go.
Let's do it.
So what map are we playing? I'll get my ass slapped. I know I will, but I'd still do it.
See, the thing is, Bog, you said Wings.
Yes, Bog.
What we
We got a
doing?
game. We're doing this shit now. You want to go buy the Game Dunzo server? Be my guest.
No. We can set that up, right? Already up server.
Yeah, if you want to set that up, like either, well, we
How
can do
much
it later.
money you
We can
paying
do it on
me?
later tonight, but I'd have to go in the other room.
How much money you paying me?
You're getting none of my money.
You can do it for free right now, or you
I
can
don't want
pay
any
me
of
like
your money.
$1,000 later.
So they were able to get everything set up. Woody was going to be the host, they were going to be using M16 on Bog, and it was going to be done live for everyone's entertainment. Now remember, this was supposed to be a normal friendly 1v1, no stakes on the line whatsoever. So keep that in mind as we head into the match. So as for the match itself, upon rewatching, it was a lot more competitive than what I thought before. Wings even started out getting the first kill. But as Syndicate started to build the lead, that's when all the excuses came out, primarily about having radar off. And as the timer wore down, and Syndicate began to rack up more kills, this would begin to stress Wings out, and complain that Syndicate was playing way too passive.
Oh, come on. All I can see was his head.
And Pro Syndicate goes prone, face down, ass up. That's the way he likes to fuck. How about that?
Yeah, I should be doing it. I should be doing it better. And Syndicate's up 3-1. Shots on target. Shots on target. Went 4-1. 4-1. Wings, you can mute me if you like. Oh, Syndicate goes down. Wings of Redemption closing the lead by a little bit. Wings of Redemption takes the trash pile. Now Wings of Redemption has the trash pile. We'll see if he can make good use of it. 4-3, 4-3. Anybody's game. Miracle Nade almost hit its target.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He hit the flame balls.
Miracle Nade.
Black Ops, that wouldn't even have touched him. You know?
Nobody on the trash pile. Uh-oh, Wings knows where he is. Does Syndicate know where he is? Game on! Syndicate gets the shots on target. 6-3 Syndicate.
Is he still sitting over there, just crouching?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you where he is. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, you're supposed to put radar on these things.
Okay. Well, that we didn't talk about that until the game started. Five and a half minutes to go.
Why is there a timer on it?
Lately,
Look here,
watching
let
my
me.
videos.
Why don't you go and make a comment that there's not been a shot fired in almost 2 minutes because Syndicate's laying on his belly somewhere.
No, he's not. He's.
All right, how about we end this shit and just go and cut the radar on?
All right, I lost Syndicate. Did he Skype me? I can't find him in the.
Dude, he's just fucking hiding. Look, I'm looking at the fucking map right now. Where's he at?
Oh, I see him. I see him. He's not hiding. He's looking for you.
I'm standing out in the fucking open. He can't see this because he's too busy laying on his belly half the time.
That's not true. Like we can all see what he's doing. He's hunting for you.
Yeah, he's not doing a good job. See, I wouldn't have to worry about this if radar was on. I know exactly where he's at, and it'd be a gun-on-gun confrontation. Now I got to worry about getting first shot on him because M16's a one-shot on this shit.
Like I've seen Wings. I guess it's fair to say falsely accuse Syndicate of playing, totally not playing. And I've seen Syndicate looking in totally the wrong direction.
Yeah.
You know, they're playing straight up.
I'm just glad they're playing, because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that would not play. That just think.
Yeah, I probably won't be on painkiller ready again.
I just need to pause it right here for a sec. It's just really funny to me that Wings was ready to give up on the entire podcast just because he was getting his ass smoked in a 1v1. But here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for, the main event, the moment Wings turned a simple 1v1 into a viral moment that will live on for decades.
Yeah, I'm with you right now. I play too. You know, I don't always win, but I'm there. You know, like commentator showdown goes on. Like, I knew that was a tough lobby to do well in, but I was there. Wings, are you in the game? Wings, did you spawn in?
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
Yeah, keep fucking laughing, you fucking faggot.
Oh, Wings, I've been where you are. I know it's
Oh,
had
don't
bad
fucking
days.
suck. Fucking faggot. Shit.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
Fuck you.
Me?
Fuck! Why the fuck you stream that shit?
It was your idea.
No, I didn't say stream it.
Yeah, I thought it was your idea.
I'll play.
Redneck, I'll take you. You ready?
Damn. Yeah, I'm not no sound whore. I'm gonna have my Riddler. We using the same stuff. The M16.
Yeah, we're using the same time.
Please cancel the stream.
It's just me playing, Wings.
I don't give a fuck. Please cancel the stream. I do not want to hear these fuckers talk.
Alright. Okay, guys. To help out my friend Wings here, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you guys next week, I think.
To say that Wings was upset about this loss would be an understatement. That nigga lost his fucking mind. In fact, Woody mentioned that off stream, Wings continued to throw out insults and threats of physical violence, stating that he was willing to murder him just for beating him in a 1v1.
After the stream ends, he's continually threatening this guy. He says he's going to break his teeth out with a mag light, that if he was there, he would kill him. And he goes like nuts on it. And Tom, on the other hand, is also known as Syndicate, is just being cool about the whole thing. Like, look, man, you know, you win some, you lose some. Like, don't make too big a deal out of it.
Why is he getting so? I guess this would be my mindset. You said this guy's really good, top of the rank, right? Like
at zombies.
Zombies, yeah.
But I mean, so he just the game in general, then he would be proficient at, I would imagine. So
sure,
yeah.
You know, if you're going against somebody like that and you lose, you'd be like, okay, well, I lost. Maybe you talk a little bit of shit, but you'd be like, well, the guy's good. Right? I got a loss. I got a loss.
Wings thinks he's
great. You would think so.
Wings is self-appreciation is out of this world. You know, he legit thought for a while that he was better than all the pro gamers, that he was better at quickscoping than the quickscopers, better at zombies than the zombies guy, better anyone at everything. He plays all his games on hard mode, right? As if that was some sort of like, you know, qualification to be an outstanding gamer. So he was surprised that the #1 zombie player on the planet was better than him. He didn't see that coming. As soon as the call ends, he starts threatening Tom. He's going nuts about it. He's like, lots of violence. I'm going to bash your teeth out. I'm going to do this. I think he said he was going to have teeth soup. I think that was one of the things where he busts his teeth out with a mag light, and then he's just there with a bloody mouthful of teeth. And this is what Wing, he said he would kill him. He said if he was near, if he was closer, he would literally kill this man for beating him in a 1v1.
And this really isn't uncommon when it comes to people raging in video games. The threats of physical fights, doxing, swatting are all things that have been thrown out, especially if you're in the FGC community.
Oh, I'm Draco. Better respect me.
The fuck up, nigga. You
better respect me. I'm Draco. Draco X. The X is for extreme.
Get beat up. You'll get beat up in real life. I don't know why you're talking like that behind that screen. I don't know why you're talking like that behind the screen. If you can't fight, nigga, don't talk shit. If you can't fight, you don't talk shit.
Okay, then I'm gonna continue to talk shit. Oh!
Nigga, you can't fight.
I'm Draco.
You can't fight. You can't fight. You're right.
He's such a
You're
bad
right.
man.
You can't fight, my nigga.
Baddest of all men.
You're right. You don't fight, bro. You don't fight. You're right. You have a moment. You're not fighting nobody, bro. What you need to do is worry about your fucking kids, my nigga.
My mother.
They start extorting the tournament.
I love that.
Players.
No. I don't even play the game for real, nigga. You the one bitching.
I do want to commentate.
Wait, bitching about it. I will rock your shit, bro. Trust me, bro. All right, bet. Say that. All right, say that.
Bro, you're crashing out, bro. You're crashing out.
You crashing out over Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, my nigga. Listen to you. Listen, you a grown ass man. Listen to you, bro. You is. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You was not living like that. You was not living like that, nigga. You not living like that.
You crying over 200?
You not living like that. Trust me,
he's
bro.
He's crying over 100, bro. Not 200.
You was not living like that, bro.
And sadly, some people actually do commit to their word, and tragedies have even occurred thanks to some people not being able to take a loss. But before I delve too deeply into the reasoning behind all of this, I feel like we should cover some of the aftermath of what happened after the 1v1. The meltdown Wings had didn't sit right with a lot of people. Some thought it was funny to see Wings spaz out and break things over a fucking game of Call of Duty. But there was also people who didn't like the attitude Wings took, and especially taking his anger out on his friends afterwards and making Woody end the stream, which was justifiable when he practically started the whole thing and made excuses non-stop about the match while it was going on. The feedback for Wings was so harsh that Woody and him had to do a dual commentary to address the criticism and hopefully fan the flames Wings was under.
Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and I'm doing a dual com with Wings of Redemption today. Towards the end of Painkiller already, actually during the post-show, Wings of Redemption and Syndicate, Tom from Europe, well-known zombies guy, great channel, they did a 1v1, and it was on Bog M16s, and Wings of Redemption lost. Now, if you're not, like, I think it might be hard for most people to understand, like, the significance, the impact of, like, how much a publicly live streamed game might feel to us, right? You know, shucks, I bet anyone who's played Call of Duty or any hardcore gamer has had rage moments at one point or another. Games are lots of fun, but they're also incredibly frustrating. And when you add to the fact that, you know, this is the game that puts food on the table, this is the game that is your livelihood, and in you know, just like I think anyone professionally, your sense of self-worth is somewhat wrapped up into how well you do your job, then the disappointment in not doing well is so much greater than it would be for someone who plays casually, someone who plays just for fun. And that's where you were last night. And at the very end of it, you kind of went, you know, out of your mind. Like that's the way it went down. And you know, you're an emotional guy, and those emotional guys, sometimes it's really great. You know, there's the softer side, there's the genuine side, there's the, you know, sensitive side, and then sometimes it's that angry side.
I'm gonna pet a puppy.
And sometimes that angry side
there's
comes
two ends of
out.
the spectrums.
Yeah, and you fly, you know, from one to the other sometimes.
Way off the handle.
Yeah, and that's what happened last night.
Yeah.
You flew way off the handle, and then
you know, some.
Go ahead.
I said some people would go ahead and say what you think. I totally forgot what I was about to say.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll keep going. But Tom is a well-known zombies player. He's actually a beast at multiplayer. He has a lot of multiplayer experience. You know, he's a beast at Modern Warfare 2. He's a beast at COD 4. He's been doing this for a long time. But to the world, he's a zombies guy. You know, we know better. We know how good he is. But to the world, they see him just as a guy who plays zombies. They forget he's the guy that got like second place in Commentator Showdown in one of the games. So, you know, he's actually not a guy who's embarrassing to lose to at all. But people who don't know that might think that he is. And that made the loss even tougher to stomach. And then came today. And today was, you know, like the repercussions of that. And sometimes it seems like in this community, there are these vultures, these guys just waiting for somebody to make a slip. And they take so much joy in beating down guys who make any kind of mistake. And, you know, I've been the victim. And right now, I think you are. What?
You use the term waiting. I use the term NASCAR pit crew. I mean, like literally, like within 2 hours after it happened, there was like a full-on remix with like a beat made for it. Fuck you.
Me?
Fuck. I mean, it's easy to point out the flaws I made and the stuff I do after it's already happened. When you put yourself in that position, you probably would end up in the same boat. I'd guarantee if you put 10 guys in my position, 8 of them would react in a similar fashion. Maybe not to the extreme I did, but that's something I do with my own self. But you would get a reaction similar to that of high regret, high disregard, especially when it's to do with your livelihood. There's a couple things that you hate messing up with, and that's your livelihood. You've ever had a job where you tried to make a stand and you knew it could get you fired, and you get that weak butterfly feeling in your stomach? Mm-hmm. That's the feeling I get when I don't succeed. Like every time I lose, especially on Black Ops, I'm thinking, how many people are going to sit there and watch this in my file share? How many people are going to see? I'm constantly under stress in that form, and it's actually, to be perfectly honest, it's hurt me sexually to the point where, you know, I'm so stressed out I don't even want to have sex. I mean, just to lighten up the thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
You ever been in that boat, Woody?
Thing. Sexually, I'm an undeniable beast. You're in a public position, but you're not really good at public relations, it seems, you know, based on this incident anyway. And, you know, it could have been buried more easily, but we are where we are, and, you know, hopefully tomorrow's a better day.
But it also doesn't end there, because out of nowhere, Keemstar gets involved. He wanted the two of them to do a rematch, and Wings, seeing this as an opportunity to gain back some of his dignity, wanted to rig the match, and privately message Syndicate in an attempt to bribe him.
And a little time passes, and like Keemstar gets involved in this. Keemstar was always opportunistic about when he found drama, and he's like, "We'll set up a 1v1 with you guys. We'll put, I forget what it was, like $5,000 on the line, and then winner take all." And Wings came to him and said, "Look, we'll do this. We'll do a 1v1. You throw it. You look, I'm gonna win anyway because I'm Wings of Redemption. But you throw it just to lock that in, and then I'll keep. I think. What did he want the split to be? It was to his.
See, that's the best part. Wings would keep the lion's share and get the victory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not how a bribe works.
That's not how bribes work.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I genuinely didn't know whether this still gets told to this day, but Wings of Redemption reached out to me being like, hey, so this guy at the time, I think his name was Alki David, is like, he wants to stream this again because it's got so much traction of people caring about this scenario. Was like, hey, he wants to host a live stream. He wants to get the numbers, get the traffic, you know, be part of the hype, and he'll pay us. The moment he tried to pay me off, I was like, fuck this shit. I said, nah. I was like, you made a massive mistake. So not only did I beat him, he tried to pay me to lose again. So I just screenshotted the chat, put it on Twitter, tagged the world in it, and was like, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He just tried to pay me off. And I didn't know if people still to this day remembered about that scenario.
Hey, 450-pound fraud. I didn't bribe Syndicate with anything. That was actually Alki David money. I'm going to bribe Syndicate with $3,000 when I'm saying, like, I need to make this money. Put two and two together, man. Use some logic.
Since then, the Syndicate 1v1 is looked at as the beginning of Wings' downfall. People saw just how toxic and out of control Wings could become, simply from losing in the video game. This moment proceeded to haunt him for a very long time, as people stream snipe him in order to bait out a reaction, and since Wings never changes, he falls for a hook, line, and sinker every time.
Webby, fucking leave, dude!
It's been really hard for him to let this shit go, and years later, he still tries to make excuses about it.
One of the chat said, Wings of Redemption said you got lucky in that 1v1. Well, Wings of Redemption's a piece of shit, so I don't give a fuck.
What happened to him, by the way? Oh, yeah.
It became absolutely
Nobody
nothing.
knows.
Trash screen.
Nobody knows.
Syndicate, on the other hand, saw a decent rise in popularity from this. He was able to joke around with known figures in the COD community, and was often praised for being the one to put Wings in his place. But his positive notoriety wouldn't last for long, as Syndicate found himself in cooperation with T. Martin, and promoted a CSGO gambling site that was targeted towards children, and was found out to be a complete fucking scam. I'm not gonna go too deep into that story, as damn near every commentator on this platform made a video covering the situation.
I'm a 450-pound dude that can barely walk. My life can't get much worse. Go bother somebody like fucking Syndicate who steals money from children and drives Lamborghinis and shit and be's a total fucking douchebag his entire life.
That British motherfucker is a liar. And to top it off, it was recently discovered that even his zombie runs that put him on the map were faked. People like Who Needs Jugs and Carl Jobster, however the fuck you say his last name, already have videos exposing how he fakes his runs. And I suggest you go check them out if you haven't. So with all that being said, Syndicate proved to be just as bad, if not worse than Wings of Redemption. It's even been recently theorized, mostly by Wings himself, that Syndicate cheated in their 1v1.
Kane, you talk about the Syndicate thing? I don't know if you remember, Syndicate cheated against me, bud. And I still almost beat him.
But this is all just speculation, and nothing has really been proven.
Years and years and years ago, you lost a 1v1. You might remember it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it now?
Don't
now
care.
that it's all like it's just ancient history. Still
Don't
not
care.
like the guy. Don't care. Like
I don't like the guy.
Where is it in your head?
I don't like the guy, but I don't dwell on it. Like I never liked Syndicate because I always got a bad vibe on his personality. Which
really
time proved me right on that. But
you talking about the CS:GO thing?
yeah, like, and I'm sure the CS:GO thing's not the only thing Shady's ever got into, because he always seemed like, to me, he's always come off as a guy that puts money ahead of friends. Like I've always got that vibe from him.
I always thought he was friendly.
His car salesmen are friendly, Woody.
Dude, my real estate salesman still writes me like we're old friends. And I
Yeah.
feel guilty for like not doing my part to maintain this relationship, even though I really don't want it. I can't stop. But yeah. So man,
Why did I never rematch?
Did
him?
you challenge? Oh, go ahead. You were saying something about a rematch.
I got asked in my chat, why did I never rematch him? I was down to rematch him when Call of Duty 4 Remastered came out. Because at that point, I was completely over it. I didn't give a fuck if I won or lost because I didn't play Call of Duty every day. So if I lost, it's like, oh, scapegoat. You know, I was not in my prime anymore. Let's put it that way. So the reason I didn't rematch him is like, honestly, it would have benefited nobody. Like, it would have benefited me the most.
No, it would have blown up. It might have benefited you. I could totally see
it would have benefited me the
people...
most. But like at this point, like most people that watch me don't even know the Syndicate 1v1 unless they went back to look for more shit.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like you got to understand that happened in 2010, 2011.
It's weird.
Like 8 years ago.
So why do we rage? Maybe it's the adrenaline rush, or the sheer intensity of a game. When we invest our time into something, we really want to make it feel like it matters, that this wasn't all for nothing. And when that goes wrong, and we lose, then we tend to lose our temper as well. I guess the answer varies. Gamer rage is inescapable. It's something that's gonna plague us, and that's perfectly fine. Maybe you've had a bad day at work, or you're simply just burnt out. Maybe you've just been playing way too many illicit players, or maybe your team is just selling the fuck out of you. Maybe luck just isn't on your side today, or you've been making far too many mistakes than what you're used to making. Whatever it might be, I believe the worst kind of trait that can affect you and how you respond to losing is your ego. Pride often proves to be a man's biggest downfall, and had Wings taken a different route and been humble in defeat, I'm pretty sure no one would have cared about this match. I mean, hell, look at people like Low Tier God, DSP, Perfection, and so on. People wouldn't consider them such lolcows if they wasn't so fucking full of themselves and throw a tantrum just because they can't take a loss. So, it's a very strong emotion, and it's something we all go through. I know some of us play games to have fun, but there are people just like Wings that look for more than that. For these people, it's more about just winning for them. It's about the bragging rights, the sweet satisfaction of saying that I'm better than that player. Then when that ego gets crushed into the dirt, all hell can break loose. So in closing, gamer rage isn't going anywhere. It's always going to be a part of the experience, but it's how you handle it that's going to make all the difference. So if you ever catch yourself feeling like Wings and ready to abuse the fuck out of your poor controller, take a deep breath and remember these wise words. Just don't.
Why the fuck you stream that shit, faggot?
To hold me to.
That's right, motherfuckers. Painkiller Ray's back.
Yeah, baby, it's back.